many of the other tunes I've been doing in my guitar videos, the parts of this song are not that hard. The challenge is the speed at which you have to play them, coupled with the speed at which the entire band shifts. That's what was so amazing about the Dead Kennedys. No single player was particularly amazing, although actually they were all really good. But as a band, they were so fast and so tight on those super fast changes. So pulling that off is is crucial. Your workout for this will be less like what a shredder would do with metronomic practice of a scale, and more like just sheer endurance of playing these chords and moving them around the fretboard. East Bay Ray was really good at that, just moving a riff around, and he probably played it differently than the way that I'm doing it. I'm doing it the easiest way I can possibly think to do it. He may have played it all on one in one position and just moved around like this. The song also has a lot of parts, and including things that only happen once or twice. It's really a cool tune. It starts with this intro, which does show up again later in the tune. Most of the tune is played in a kind of an E minor blues pattern. The intro riff starts on E, and these are just power chords, root fifths and octaves. Starts on E. So if you were just playing the roots, it'd be... That's E, G, E, B flat, A. And then the next part goes... Slower, that's... Well, just with the roots. That's E, E, G, A, B flat, A flat, G, E. And then it has a little tag that goes B, D. And it just plays the same thing again. And this time the tag, though, is E, G, low G. East Bay Ray may have played it all in one position, well, with one shape like this. After that intro riff is where I think he actually turns on the delay pedal to give it a little bit of that echo there. And the riff he's playing there is a really common shape for the Dead Kennedys. If you learn many of their tunes, they use this pattern a lot. It's going to start on B flat, and then A, then G, then E, all on this first string. And if those notes sound familiar, it's because we were just playing them here. This riff is simply, starts on E, really fast. Then it goes to this part that only happens twice in the whole song. It's a C power chord, though I think he's playing the full, I think he's getting that third in there. And it just goes. That's a C and an E flat. Right back to that thing. Then Jello comes in with the vocals, and this moves down an octave. You could play it here. As you can hear, I'm kind of awkward there. I like to play it here. That is very fast. Takes a lot of practice to get that up to speed. What's so tough about it is the right hand. You've got to, you could play it all on one string, but it gets real messy. It's not bad, but I don't think that's how he's playing it. I think he's probably doing either this pattern or he's also palm muting it. The tough thing is getting that syncopated low E when it comes back around. I'm hitting them as upstrokes. Up, up. The next part is the got a head cold, got a chest cold, and it's 2 days old. It starts on an F power chord, way up high. And then a G and an A, power chords down there. And that's where he goes days and days and days and days and days and years. When he hits years, you go back to this. So again, slowly. Then the song goes back to the verse, I guess if you want to call it that, where East Bay Ray is playing this pattern again. That goes twice as long this time as it did the previous time. But it ends with the part where that's really, really easy. It's just E and D. The next part of the song is a variation on the intro. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but the intro is swung, you know, now you're going to play it straight, so it's going to be da 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 da. And that's exactly how it goes. It's faster this time. And this part's different. It goes. Next he plays this high part that goes. It's really similar. In fact, it's the same notes as. Again, slowly, that's. Kind of plays a little trill there. And when you play it at tempo, you probably won't have enough time to go. Or it'll probably be more like. And I think he gets that open E there. He might not. It might just be. Now the song goes into a part that doesn't really ever occur again. It just leads into the first chorus where he actually says, "The government flew." That part is the same E minor blues type pattern. It uses those same notes of E, G, B flat, and A. And in fact, I kind of just played it there. It goes. It goes like this. So root notes there are just E, G, B flat, A. Now it goes into the chorus, which is, these are just power chords starting on E, F sharp, G, F sharp, A, B, C, B, B, then it goes into the third verse, which is more of this. Does the chest cold thing again. But this time on the second pass, it goes days and 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 days, and that's A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, B flat, and then right back to the chorus, E, F sharp. The song ends with this riff on C and E flat again. And that ending is just a little different. Da, 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 and it's over. So all of that slowly. Okay, real quick on the gear that I'm using to make it sound like this. That's a real important part of sounding like East Bay Ray with all that echo. I'm, as you noticed from the video, I'm using my Les Paul. This is Lady Elaine Fairchild. And I've got this Seymour Duncan pickup set up so that it can go single coil when you pull this knob. Right now it's out, so I'll push it back in, but when you pull it, that pickup, here's the difference. It's hard to tell, probably on this video, but that's how I'm getting that twang. If you want to sound like East Bay Ray, just use a Telecaster. Then, of course, I've got some pedals going here. I'm just using the clean channel of my amp, which is a Fender Tone Master. So I'm driving a little bit with the OCD. There's how I have that set. Here's how the delay is set. It's a pretty fast slap. And then just a little bit of reverb, since the Tone Master does not have reverb.